Welcome to Las Vegas, where Formula One has taken over the entire city. The circus has come to town. It's race day. .8 miles under the bright lights of Las Vegas. Landmarks everywhere you look, punctuating the 17 corners and 2 DRS zones, one of which is down the famous strip. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Oscar Piastri lines up on pole position. And starting next to them is George Russell. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Ocon, Doohan, Verstappen, Albon, Norris, Liam Lawson, Sainz, Gasly, Stroll, Teo Porcher, Sargent, Hauger, Richards, Ricciardo, Bottas, Perez, Zhou, Magnussen, and Yuki Tsunoda. And now it's time to head down to the track. Alongside me once again for coverage of today's race, it's none other than the great Anthony Davidson.
The key now will be to keep in the right mindset. We've seen time and again that things go wrong if you just try and do the minimum. Not necessarily because of the pressure, but because it's different to your usual approach. They'll need to avoid that and stay focused today.
Okay, so let's go through all the gears if you can. We need to make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool though, so don't go too high with the revs. Understood, copy that. Okay, copy that. Conditions look stable at the moment, no rain currently expected. Decent parking. Let's try and get a good launch as the lights go out. No rain expected, no rain expected for the time being. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. P13, currently in P13. That's Pourchaire just ahead. Come on, let's get him. Sargent behind. Okay, gap to leader, 5.6 seconds. Okay, 50 laps to go. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. Great manoeuvre, you made it look so easy. And that's us in 10th position. Lawson's just ahead. Come on, let's push. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. Okay, Sainz is behind you. They're on fresh mediums. Our gap to first place is 4.9 seconds. And that's 13 laps now until your pit window's open. And that's 49 laps to go. Okay, the underbody's taken some damage. You might start to notice it soon. Okay, the static over the radio. Say it again. Gap to your teammate ahead is 1.6 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're currently 6th. Your last lap time was a 1:39.2. Albon's ahead of you. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 2 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. And the time last lap was a 1:38.7. You're gaining by 1.6 seconds a lap. stops left now, 2 stops. You've got 11 laps until your pit window opens. No threat of rain for the time being, conditions look good. Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now. Verstappen's ahead of you. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 1.4 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 3 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Time last lap was a 1:38.3. Okay, so he's gaining by around 6/10 a lap. The underbody's taken a little damage, just watch out for it. And we're currently sat in 6th. It's Verstappen ahead. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. Okay, so gap to the leader is 2.0 seconds. You've got 10 laps until your pit window opens. Pit window opens in 10 laps. And that's 46 laps to go. Leclerc is behind you. They're on fresh softs. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. Your last lap time was a 1:39.1. Okay, we think the underbody's incurred some slight damage, but nothing too serious at the moment. Just be careful. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of it. Nice move, good job. Piastri's behind you now. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 5 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. And the time last lap was a 1:38.5. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 3.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're sitting in 7th. Time last lap was a 1:39.3. You're in first position, front of the pack. Piastri's behind. Our gap behind is 1.0 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Okay, your pit window opens in 9 laps time. We've still got 45 laps to complete here. That's P1. Ocon's behind you. Okay, the gap behind is 1.3 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Your pit window opens in 8 laps time. Okay, 44 laps to go. Gap to your teammate behind is 5.9 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're sitting in 7th. The last lap time was a 1:38.9. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 5.5 seconds. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. The Astri's behind you now, and the gap behind us is 5.0 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. And the time last lap was a 1:39.4. Okay, information on Bottas. Okay, they're out of this race. Gap to your teammate behind is 7.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're sitting in 7th. Time last lap was a 1:39.6. Yellow flag. We've got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button. Got that, confirmed. We're leaving the car behind by 4.1 seconds. Repeat that, I've got some interference here. Right, we have 2 stops left in this strategy, 2 more stops planned. Your pit window opens in 5 laps time, 5 laps. Ocon behind. Okay, gap to the car behind. Car behind, 4.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 9 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. The last lap time was a 1 minute 38.9. You're in first position, front of the pack. Ocon's behind you. Okay, car behind trailing us, 4.9 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. You've got 4 laps until your pit window opens. Okay, 40 laps to go now. Ocon behind. Okay, push, gap to the car behind. 4.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. And the time last lap was a 1:39.0. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 9.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're currently 6th. Time last lap was a 1 minute 39.7. Gap to your teammate behind is 9.1 seconds. You're leading the pack, that's P1. Ocon's behind you. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 4.8 seconds. They're on old mediums, and your pit window opens in 2 laps' time. 38 laps to go. Okay, there are 47 laps of fuel remaining. Ocon behind. Our gap behind is 5.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 12 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Your last lap time was a 1:39.2. Tyre condition still looking good. Ocon's behind you. Okay, the gap behind is 5.2 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 13 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. And the time last lap was a 1:39.3. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 11.2 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're currently 6th. Time last lap was a 1:40.2. Box, we're coming in this lap. Confirmed. Copy. Understood. Stopping this lap. Ocon behind, and the gap behind us is 4.5 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Your last lap time was a 1:39.2. Copy that. Gap to your teammate behind is 10.6 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're in 3rd, and the time last lap was a 1:40.3.
Looks like the pit crew are out in the lane and ready to perform their magic on the car. They're going to be aiming to achieve the fastest pit stop time possible.
All right, we'll be doing one more stop today. 1 stop left in this strategy. That's 8th place. You're in 8th place. Leclerc ahead. They're on fresh mediums. Alga's behind you. We're leading the car behind by 22.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. 16 laps now until your pit window opens. Okay, there are 35 laps left in this race. There are 43 laps of fuel remaining. Leclerc is ahead of you. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 1.9 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Time last lap was a 1 minute 38.6. Okay, good work. Great pass. Okay, the underbody's taken some damage. You might start to notice it soon. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good. That's Gasly ahead. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 2.1 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 16 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Your last lap time was a 1:39.8. Jack's in the pits. Jack in the pits. Okay, radar is clear. Weather is looking good for now. Dry's definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. Jack's coming in for his stop now. Norris just ahead, push for the position, and gap to the car in front is 6.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 17 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. And the time last lap was a 1 minute 40.4. Leclerc behind. Okay, gap to the car behind. 3.0 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 6 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Time last lap was a 1:38.4. Leclerc is behind you. Okay, car behind trailing us, 3.7 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 38.1. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 16.3 seconds. Understood, copy that. Okay, copy that. Ocon's behind you. Okay, push, gap to the car behind. 6.6 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 2 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. And the time last lap was a 1:38.6. Job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Didn't receive that. Repeat the message. Repeat the message. The underbody's taken a little damage. Just watch out for it. Tyre condition still looking good. You're in first position, front of the pack. Ocon behind. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 9.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. You've got 11 laps until your pit window opens. Okay, 30 laps till the end now. Okay, we've got 37 laps of fuel remaining. VSC deployed. The virtual safety car has been deployed. We need to keep a positive delta here. Slow down and maintain a positive delta. You're leading the pack. That's P1. Ocon's behind you. Our gap behind is 10.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. You've got 10 laps until your pit window opens. Pit window opens in 10 laps. 29 laps to go. Gap to your teammate behind is 22.3 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're in 9th place. Time last lap was a 1:39.0. Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until we get the green flags. VSC ending. Wait for the greens. Okay, clear. Push, use your overtake button. Let's go. work, mate. That brings you up a place. Ocon is ahead of you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 5 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Your last lap time was a 1:47.0. Leclerc behind. Okay, the gap behind is 1.2 seconds. And the time last lap was a 1:46.7. We're losing about 5 seconds a lap. The pace is too slow. Leclerc ahead. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Time last lap was a 1:46.7. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 5.9 seconds. Okay, you've got P3, well done. Leclerc is ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 4.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Verstappen behind you now. And the gap behind us is 2.2 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. The distance to the leader is 5.9 seconds. Your pit window opens in 8 laps time. 27 laps to go. Gap to your teammate behind is 7.6 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're 8th. Your last lap time was a 1:37.9. Ocon ahead. Our gap to the car in front is 3.7 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 8 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. And the time last lap was a 1:38.2. Okay, so you're gaining by 8 tenths. 8 tenths. Second place, we're in second place. Ocon is ahead of you. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 1.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums, and Verstappen's behind. We're leading the car behind by 6.2 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards, and that's 6 laps until your pit window's open. Okay, you've got 25 laps to go. Please repeat, you're breaking up. Got that confirmed. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. Brilliant, nice move, keep going. First position, front of the pack, Ocon behind. They're on fresh mediums. You've got 4 laps until your pit window opens, and that's 23 laps to go. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 16.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're 8th. Time last lap was a 1:39.9. Okay, we think the underbody's incurred some slight damage, but nothing too serious at the moment. Just be careful. Tyre condition still looking good. Ocon's behind you. Okay, gap to the car behind. Car behind, 2.3 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. We think they've got one more stop. Your last lap time was a 1:38.5. Approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Confirmed. Gap to your teammate behind is 21.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums and the time last lap was a 1:38.9. Ocon behind. Okay, car behind trailing us, 4.2 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 12 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap was a 1:38.4. Ocon's behind you. Okay, push, gap to the car behind. 5.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 13 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Your last lap time was a 1:38.5. In this lap, push now. Copy. Ocon behind. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 5.6 seconds. They're on old mediums. We think they've got one more stop. And the time last lap was a 1:38.5. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 23.6 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're currently 5th. Time last lap was a 1 minute 38.7. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good. Okay, the underbody's taken some damage. You might start to notice it soon. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Copy that. Ocon's behind you. Our gap behind is 5.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. We think they've got one more stop. Your last lap time was a 1:38.5. Okay, we can take you this lap.
And it looks like the pit crew are out in the lane and ready to perform their magic on the car. They're going to be aiming to achieve the fastest pit stop time possible.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track. Got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. Good job, nice overtake. Ocon ahead. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 17.9 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 16 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. And the time last lap was a 1 minute 39.9. Gap to your teammate behind is 3.2 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're in 4th. Time last lap was a 1:39.0. Okay, you sat in P2. Ocon is ahead of you. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 15.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. Norris behind. Okay, the gap behind is 1.4 seconds. They're on old mediums. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Okay, 17 laps to go now. There are 22 laps of fuel remaining. Ocon ahead. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 13.2 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 16 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 39.9. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 5.9 seconds. Understood, copy that. Okay, copy that. Ocon is ahead of you, and gap to the car in front is 12.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 17 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. And the time last lap was a 1:38.8. Sorry, we can't provide you with that information right now. Okay, roger that. Soft tyres at the next pit stop. Jack's in the pits, Jack in the pits. You're leading the pack, that's P1. Leclerc is behind you, and the gap behind us is 7.9 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Leclerc behind. We're leading the car behind by 7.9 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, they've done 10 laps on those tyres. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap was a 1:37.5. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Ocon behind. Okay, gap to the car behind. 11.5 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are just one lap old. Your last lap time was a 1:52.2. Ocon's behind you. Okay, car behind trailing us, 12.9 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 2 laps old. And the time last lap was a 1 minute 37.5. Gap to your teammate behind is 33.2 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. They're in 10th place. Time last lap was a 1:37.7. You're in first position, front of the pack. Ocon behind. Okay, push, push. Gap to the car behind, 0.4 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Look after these tyres now. You want to finish the race on this compound. 13 laps to go. Okay, so that's 17 laps of fuel remaining. That's P1. Ocon's behind you. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 16.3 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Okay, 12 laps to go. I didn't catch that, mate. Just say it again. Ocon behind. Our gap behind is 17.9 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 37.5. You're in first position, front of the pack. Ocon's behind you. Okay, the gap behind is 18.1 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, we're into the last 10 laps now. "13 laps of fuel remaining." Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 40.6 seconds. 12th, and the time last lap was a 1:38.9. Ocon behind, and the gap behind us is 18.8 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards, their tyres are 5 laps old, time last lap was a 1:37.9. Say that again, we're having trouble receiving you. Ocon's behind you, we're leading the car behind by 20.5 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards, their tyres are 6 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1:37.8. Ocon behind. Okay, gap to the car behind. 20.6 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. And the time last lap was a 1:38.0. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 43.7 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. They're in 13th place. Time last lap was a 1:38.3. You're leading the pack, that's P1. Ocon's behind you. Okay, car behind trailing us, 21.5 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Look after these tyres now, you want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, 7 laps to go. And that's 11 laps of fuel remaining. Ocon behind. Okay, push, gap to the car behind, 23.9 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards, their tyres are 9 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 38.0. Gap to your teammate behind is 46.6 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards, they're in 13th place, and the time last lap was a 1:37.9. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. Ocon's behind you. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 26.0 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Okay, they've done 10 laps on those tyres. Time last lap was a 1 minute 38.1. Okay, they're on fresh hards. They're in 13th place. Your last lap time was a 1:38.0. You're in first position, front of the pack. Ocon behind. Our gap behind is 26.0 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. 4 laps remaining. And that's 8 laps of fuel remaining. Ocon's behind you. Okay, the gap behind is 27.4 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 11 laps old now, and the time last lap was a 1 minute 38.1. pack. That's P1. Ocon behind. And the gap behind us is 27.8 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Come on, just 3 laps to go. 3 laps. Okay, they're on fresh hards. They're in 12th. Time last lap was a 1:38.0. Ocon's behind you, leading the car behind by 29.3 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 12 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1:38.1. Tyre condition still looking good. Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. Ocon behind. Okay, gap to the car behind. 30.6 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 13 laps old. And the time last lap was a 1:38.1. Okay, they're on fresh hards. They're in 12th. Time last lap was a 1:39.6. Ocon's behind you. Okay, car behind trailing us, 31.3 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Your last lap time was a 1:38.1. Okay, you've got 4 laps of fuel remaining. Ah, fantastic drive. That's just fantastic. Amazing. You deserve that race win. Well done, mate.
That's a spectacular victory then, and with it, the championship is secure. It's been a magnificent season, and they thoroughly deserve the cheers of the crowd here today. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
I think the key here was just the quality of the racecraft, you know. I mean, how many overtakes did they make overall? I'm sure we have a stat person keeping score somewhere, and it was fantastic to watch, wasn't it? This is a strategic sport at the end of the day, but it's always really gratifying to see close-fought battles on track. It's what all the fans are after.
I'm thoroughly exhausted. after the excitement of the race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way out onto the podium. Richards increases their championship lead. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I have to give it to Richards.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. The owner-drivers team moved to the top of the table. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.